So you clicked on this video, I'm assuming, because you're a drummer currently in the market for a good set of affordable in-ears. If that's true, congratulations, you clicked on the right video. Because I don't know if you knew this, but as far as giving you advice for good, affordable, professional sounding in-ears, I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Now, if you've been with this channel for the last couple of years, then you know how big of a fan I am of KZ in-ears. They make really great pro-level in-ears for sometimes dirt cheap. And even when they're a little expensive, they're still cheap. So today, we're doing a bit of a KZ haul. I have 5 different pairs of KZ ears that I'm going to briefly tell you about. I'm going to run through the specs real quick, give you my short little diet review. So I'm going to run through each of these from the cheapest to the most expensive. And then at the end, I'm going to give you my top pick of the lot. So let's get to it. All right, so the first pair that I want to tell you about are the ZSN Pros. These ones come in at around 21 bucks. And this is sort of the third version of this particular ear. So it started out as a ZSTs, which was the first pair that I ever reviewed, flipped out over them, and they were super cheap. And then came the ZSNs, which was kind of the upgraded version of the ZSTs. This is the ZSN Pro. So they stuck with the 2-driver configuration, so it's still just one balanced and one dynamic. If you were a fan of the ZSNs, then you're gonna love these. They kind of just enhance the internals a little bit. So you're gonna get a little bit more headroom on these, but everything else, perfectly balanced. So this is a great all-around pair of ears. You get some really nice bass, clean mids, super clean highs. So the fit and the isolation is pretty good with these, but you can, of course, enhance that and make it a little bit better if you swap out the ear tips, which I'm really not too crazy about. They still use those cheap rubber earpieces. If you're like me and you use the smaller ones, it can get a little uncomfortable. So just swap them out, get some aftermarket earpieces, foam if you want, or like a better quality silicone or something like that. Perfect. They have the baked on sort of self-curling wire on these, which is great. When you fit them behind the ears, it's nice and secure. And of course, it's got the detachable cable. So if you want to swap it out for a better one, you can do so. That's one thing that I kind of want to recommend when you get any of these ears. If you have the option to upgrade the cable, man. It's a good move. Because quite frankly, the one that comes with it, I kind of hate this cable. It tangles up like crazy, and it takes forever to untangle. But other than that, ZSN Pros are pretty awesome. Next up, coming in at around 50 bucks, we have the ZS7s. ZS7s, these are the ones that kind of look like they were designed by Optimus Prime. If you like your ears bass and mid-heavy, these are the ones for you. These things sound great. What I didn't like about them is the earpiece. This earpiece is not for everybody. It's a little bit bulky, and actually, for me anyways, because my ear canals are a little small, they're quite uncomfortable. Like if they were able to slim this thing down by a good 30, 40%, they'd be awesome. But again, I don't have a lot of real estate going on in there. So, so these things actually started to hurt after a few minutes of playing, which is too bad because they sound awesome. So these also come with a removable cable. And I would suggest, again, take a look at what's available and, just make the upgrade. You're spending the money anyways. Plus, it's the same design as the cable on the ZSN Pros. So, you're gonna spend a lot of time untangling this thing. But those little setbacks aside, 50 bucks, nice sounding ears. Next up, also coming in at around 50 bucks, are the ZS10 Pros. The ZS10 Pros were designed specifically for us drummers. This is a 5-driver setup. It's got 4 balanced armatures and 1 10mm double magnetic dynamic driver. Now, I don't know what that means for nerds, but I can tell you straight up, these sound unbelievable. These ears are everything that you love about the ZSN Pros, plus like 25%. The bass sounds crazy. The mids sit real nice. The highs are super crystal clear. The separation is great. Like I'm surprised that these don't cost more money. But for 50 bucks, yeah, man, these ZS10 Pros are smoking. Now I'm rocking these ones with an upgraded 8-core cable. And yeah, it's a killer combination. So yeah, man, if your budget caps out at around 50 bucks, take a look at these for sure. Next up, coming in at around 60 bucks, this is easily the coolest looking one of the lot. This is the ZS 12 drivers, my friend. That's 6 per side. So there's 5 balanced armatures and 1 dynamic driver. These ears sound fantastic, but I've had a love-hate relationship with these because they sound really, really good. But as cool as this earpiece is, which kind of looks like it was designed with a couple of people on the Star Wars set, but they're a little uncomfortable for me, man. Now, it might just be me, but I couldn't get this one to stay put. But these ones kind of reminded me of the ZS10 Pros, where everything was just perfectly balanced, super clean, really good headroom on these too. So I wish these actually fit a little bit better because I really did like them. If they were able to just shrink this earpiece design just by maybe 15% or something like that, then these will be really good. I mean, I'm also a little bit biased too because the TRN V80s kind of ruined me for all earpiece design because it was just so tiny and so friggin' comfortable. The isolation was amazing on those. So that's kind of my new benchmark as far as earpieces go. But I mean, they definitely look super cool. And again, everybody's ears are different, right? So these might actually work out great for you. One thing that you're definitely gonna like about these is the headroom. They seem to be improving the headroom on a lot of their recent ears. So, you don't have to crank them up so high to get good volume, which kind of contributes to a cleaner sound. And then finally, coming in at a hefty 136-ish bucks, we have the S16s. Now, if you've sort of been paying attention to how KZ puts together their model numbers, this is exactly what you might be thinking. 16 drivers, my friend. That's 8 per side. So there's 4 for highs, 2 for mids, and 2 for lows. If you're a fan of bass above everything else, these are the ears for you. These are a little bass dominant. Well balanced, but definitely an emphasis on the bass on these ears. The mids are nice and clean. The highs are nice and clean. Really good headroom. But the bass will definitely come out on top. Still nice and clean though. One thing though, man, the one thing that I realized after using these for a little bit is that the number of drivers can sometimes be a little bit almost irrelevant, I would say. Like if I didn't actually tell you that there were 8 drivers in these ears, you probably wouldn't know that there were 8 drivers. The separation is good, but honestly, I've heard ears with 2 drivers and even 1 driver that sound every bit as good. The fact that there's 8 drivers per side really doesn't mean that much. So as good as they are, I thought they were going to sound a little bit better. And then of course I ran into that issue again with the earpiece design. I found it just a little bit bulky, a little bit uncomfortable at times anyway. I kept having to readjust one of my ears. But that's a common complaint for me personally with a lot of ears. For me, the smaller the better. So, which one is my top pick of the lot? You might have guessed it already, but for sound quality, isolation, fit, and price, hands down, ZS10 Pros. The ZS10 Pros are some of the best sounding budget in-ears that you'll ever get for 50 bucks. These ones were apparently specifically designed for drummers, and I don't know what they did, but they nailed it. Feel free, of course, to check all of these out. I'm gonna throw all of the US Amazon links in the description. But if you're on a budget, man, like I said, if you're capping out around that $50 mark, no question, ZS10 Pros are for you. So there it is, man. Hopefully that'll answer some of your questions, maybe help you make a decision if you're currently in the market for a nice, affordable set of in-ears. KZ, as far as I'm concerned, has pretty much been leading the pack for the last couple of years. So yeah, man, check them out. Links will be in the description. Read the reviews, shop smart, but you can trust me on this one. So that's it for me, man. I'm out. Thanks for watching this video. New viewers, new subscribers, welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out. Also, can't forget to mention, we got a Christmas sale happening in the merch shop. 15% off all orders until Boxing Day, midnight. Just use the discount code Christmas Groove. That's Xmas Groove. Just type that in at checkout. You get 15% off your order. Drop a comment below if you feel like it. Like, subscribe. See you next video.